That's what I was wondering.
Jerry, how are you? Ready, Sam? All right. I'm going to right on the dot. Right on the dot. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get started here. The mayor's banging his gavel. Welcome to today's luncheon, hosted by the East Moline Silvis Rotary Club. My name is Mark Rother, and I'm East Moline City Administrator. Today's agenda will include a brief announcement by the East Moline Silvis Rotary President, and of course lunch, and the eagerly anticipated State of the City address by Mayor Reggie Freeman. I'd like to invite up now this year's President of Rotary, Courtney McGeehee, to say a few words and to lead us in song.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this meeting of the East Moline Silvis Rotary Club. My name is Courtney McGeehee, and I have the distinct honor of serving as the president of our Rotary Club this year. To begin, I'd like to invite everyone to stand and join us in singing for our invocation. Pastor Scott Cully, would you please lead us?
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Giver of all things good, we thank you for this food with one accord. Lead us, we humbly pray, onward in Rotary's way of service day by day, most gracious Lord.
All right. Thank you all for being here today. Before we begin, I'd like to share a bit about Rotary International. Founded in 1905 in Chicago by Paul Harris, Rotary has grown into one of the largest international service organizations. Since 1985, our primary global service project has been the eradication of polio. When this effort began, more than 1,000 children were paralyzed by polio every day. Today, thanks to Rotary's efforts in vaccinating billions of children worldwide, polio has been nearly eliminated. The end is in sight. But Rotary's work doesn't stop there. Our local and regional clubs are dedicated to service projects that make a meaningful impact in our communities. Locally, this year at Thanksgiving and Christmas, we gave away 95 food baskets at the Oasis in East Moline. This totaled to 950 meals going to families in need. Through our annual Coats for Kids drive, we also provided thousands of dollars worth of winter coats to children in need. Additionally, we are proud to have a youth program at UT called Interact, which allows students to actively participate in service projects and give back to the community. If you'd like to support these impactful initiatives, we'd love to have you join us at our Euchre Tournament fundraiser next Thursday, April 2nd at the Rust Belt in East Moline. It's a great way to get involved and make a difference. More information can be found on your tables. With so many guests here today, I also want to extend an open invitation to anyone interested in learning more about our work. We meet every Thursday at 12:15 p.m. at Christ Church on 7th Street in East Moline. Please feel free to join us. Over my time with this club, I've had the privilege of meeting incredible individuals who are making a positive impact on East Moline. One of those individuals is Mayor Freeman. His leadership and support allow our Rotary Club to thrive, and without his dedication, we wouldn't have the reach and influence we do today. I want to thank Mayor Freeman for allowing our club to host this event. And with that, I'll turn it back over to City Administrator.
Passing over to the pastor. Thank you, Courtney. We'll now break for lunch by tables. We'll start with the east side of the room and then head to the west. So. Oh, did I miss it? We were supposed to do a prayer?
Oh, I don't know.
Pastor, we want to say a prayer? Yeah.
Father, at this Easter season, we're reminded about new beginnings. We thank you that East Moline faces new beginnings each day, new opportunities to thrive, to grow, to establish a vision for people to make our community the very best it can be. We thank you now for this food that's been prepared, that it's nourishment to our body. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, now we will break for lunch. So we'll release tables from the east side of the room and to the west. So, and then we'll continue the program after that. Thank you.
I guess we need some.
Yeah.
We take our plate. Take our plate.
Yeah, I think so. I totally forgot to include that prayer.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing it.
I didn't either. So.
Don't forget to take your plate. You say go, we go.
Yeah, we can go first too.
say hello to the big shots over here. I want to see how it's done. So if we decide to do one in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
I told Jerry, you can do it. I'll just sit at the back.
You can do it here if you want.
And we're talking about going over to the railroad.
Oh, nice.
We figured Silva started there out there, but getting everybody out there is a problem. You know, because the roads, going the back roads. We talked to TPC deer run, but those guys per plate, forget that.
I'll write you speech for you if you want.
I said I'll make bologna sandwiches and bring them out there. Same as that. I did not know that you were Alex's daughter. I should have known. I asked Amy, our clerk. And she goes, well, she runs his properties and all that. When you mentioned your name, I said, you got to be Alex's daughter. Yeah. Very good. Jim, how are you, sir? Good seeing you. We're talking about having 10 months as mayor, I'm not really sure. I don't have the time to like Reggie. I'm not much of speeches. I let everybody else do the work. I'm working on it.
took the x-ray and looked at it. But then the guy that worked on the different doctor, the guy, he goes, "You're a mess back here." He said, "You all slammed up." But then after he did, I fell out.
Does that impact your health?
You know, I'm disappointed when I stand and when I walk. But when I'm standing swinging, that doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt your feet?
No. Just stand, long as stand there. Then when I left it up, that walk back. When it hurt.
I'm going to go do what's called decompression. Okay? Chiropractic. See if that helps me.
go one.
Thank you very much. He retired in 2005.
I think the last year we just got to finish Kathy getting her food sitting. And maybe that table over there.
I would say Greg Johnson. Have you seen him?
Oh, I have not seen that at all.
Pull up the swords of it. That was sitting over there, but hey, man.
Those people sit against the wall.
But even sit like that. Yeah, that's fair. Ready?
Always ready. Are you?
Or you can
Probably next year, it's like all the staff
about it.
get started sooner.
sitting on the way to the
depends how long camera. It's got that slice. He said he's going to run. Their renditions will be up on the screen. So.
Don't come in here picking at me. I'm just trying to, I just told him to go ahead and get started. You got one you got to put down?
Ladies and gentlemen, please continue enjoying your lunch as we begin the next portion of our program. Again, welcome back to the Bend Event Center here in East Moline. As City Administrator, I have the great pleasure to introduce our esteemed Mayor, Reggie Freeman. Mayor Freeman has a long history of service to our community, including 32 years in the East Moline Police Department, retiring as its police chief in 2004. He subsequently worked in the Illinois Secretary of State's office for 13 years, managing various offices across the state in western and central Illinois. In 2017, Mayor Freeman was elected in his first term and re-elected in 2021 and again in 2025. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mayor Reggie Freeman to the podium.
Good afternoon and thank you. I was told two things. First one was from the last man I ever wanted to see from Van Hope Funeral Home, sitting down and telling me, let's get this started. And the other thing is that don't forget it's opening day for the Cubs. So I told my buddies I'd see them about the second or third inning. Thank you, Mark, and for the kind introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'd like to start by recognizing some community leaders that are here today. The fellow mayors that are here today, I don't know if Mayor Pro Tem from Bettendorf Newman is here or not, but he was supposed to be here. And we've had some cancellations, so I'm not going to go through the whole list and miss someone, so we'll get there. Is Mayor Riapati from Moline here today? Okay. Also, Davenport Mayor, welcome aboard, Mr. Gordon. Newly elected back, 2 months ago? November. Time flies when we're having fun. Also, we have the East Moline City Council members, Oaks, Segura, Dorothy, And also Rico, did he show?
Yes, he's here.
Is Rico here? Over in the corner, okay. So we have our representatives here from our city council. And I'd like to also recognize some of the support that we really get from our federal side of legislators. Senator Durbin's represented here. Julie, I believe, is here. Where'd she go here? Over here. And then also from Duckworth's office, we got Philip over here off to the right. And just want everyone to know that a lot of these projects that we do and what we'll be talking about today, we couldn't do it without some of their assistance. I don't know if there's any state representatives that are here, or senators, they're here. I know they're in session, so I would like to also thank those who partake to help us get through what we got to get through. So. Is there any superintendents? I know Mr. Morrow is out of town, so he's not going to be here today, and so forth. And also, big welcome to all the people that live here in East Moline and help us strive to get to where we got to go. And I guess before I forget again, I better introduce my wife, Lena, is sitting over here. Along with my daughter, Deanna, that's sitting here. That's with her boyfriend for the last 8 years, and I don't know when he's going to engage to her. Tony Jones. Mark this day. It's 15 years? I'm sorry, 8 years. I got tired of it after 8, so. As I have committed to many things in the past, we're seeing great collaboration and partnerships between communities in the Quad Cities. Each city is unique, but we are all striving to make this region a better place to live, work, and to grow. East Moline is no different, and in our corner of the Quad Cities, progress is in high gear. But the progress doesn't happen on its own. It's driven by a dedicated working team every day to move the city forward. And I would like to recognize the staff that's here, department heads. If all of you could please stand, all the staff from East Moline. And now you see why we had a great makeup of 130 people. So no, anyway, I want to thank staff because when the city looks good, that makes all of us look good, and without their cooperation and hard work, we wouldn't be where we would be. Let me start with Greater Downtown Revitalization Project. This year marks the second year of construction with a $23.7 million federal raise grant and $11.5 million in local and state funding. We are taking a major step forward in transforming our downtown. To kick us off, I'd like to invite Director of Engineering Tim Kamler to walk through what we've accomplished so far and where this project is headed.
Thanks, Mayor Freeman. Yeah, the theme of our construction downtown this year ultimately is we are changing the route. There's going to be a lot of dust flying. We're changing the route, but not the destination. The destination still come to East Moline, downtown East Moline. So we're going to talk about that. We've been working on construction of this raise-funded project for a year and a little bit now. That was a picture of a groundbreaking. The way that we have this project broken up into our kind of entire greater downtown area is as you see up here. We started on the first half of 15th Avenue, the western half last year. We are marching our way eastward. If you see that, we'll show some photos. And right over here, we're gonna have 12th Avenue right behind me, starting construction in a couple of weeks. And so that will be a headache, but we're changing the route, not the destination. We'll still get you there. So this just shows some of the projects that we are having. This is our big year of construction downtown. 12th Avenue will be under construction. 15th Avenue will be under construction. There will have to be some detours. There will be special signage and wayfinding, but we'll get it done. And like Mayor said, we can't really get anywhere unless we get through the construction. So that is what we're doing. Over here, right here in the Bend, we have actually already finished some of the streetscaping improvements, adding multi-purpose trails where there weren't any, adding sidewalks. There are some elevated crosswalks over here in front of the Expo Center that you might have hit a little too fast. If you notice those are to help make things safer for our pedestrians, to make our entire greater downtown area more walkable, more connected, more vibrant, giving people, visitors, the things that they need and want to see down here. Just a couple pictures showing some of those improvements here at the Bend. So moving into our Main Street, 15th Avenue. It was a sea of concrete. There's a lot of parking. We're still getting comments about parking from some of the business owners, but it was very vehicular centric. And the change that, as we discussed with some of our master planning, with elected officials, and with the public that came down to talk to us in public informational meetings, they wanted a place where they could spend some time and hang out with their families, with maybe a pet or something like that. And so we've got a much more pedestrian-focused downtown that is coming. Less parking in the street. There will be more areas for outdoor seating, for gathering, for events. We'll have 2 blocks of curbless festival streets between 7th Street and 9th Street for all of the wonderful festivities and parties that we like to throw in East Moline downtown. So it is going to be a completely reimagined, transformed area there on 15th Avenue. Come take a look. There's some rendering showing what that's all going to look like, but we're thankful enough now at this point that we can actually show you some photos of some of it going in on the ground. We have permeable pavement areas along the sides of the street where the water soaks into the ground instead of storm sewers, kind of a green infrastructure, if you will. Those are parking lanes all up and down. We also have just areas where you can see some of the, oh yeah, and there's the mayor right there in the middle of construction. I didn't do that. There's new benches. There's space for people to come and to hang out, and we consider that placemaking, if you will. There will be new light poles, catenary lights that cross the streets, and so we're going to make 15th Avenue Main Street a place for not just you to come down and shop, but for you to come down and stay. Come down, visit, and stay a little while, and hang out in downtown East Moline. So again, just a couple pictures showing what's going on there. This one doesn't have the mayor in it, I believe. So here at the Rust Belt, like I said, we're just getting ready to start this off. We're taking what is primarily a vehicular corridor. Again, lots of trucks back and forth between John Deere Seeding and Harvester Works on this corridor. And so we're not going to change that, but we're going to add some things to make that more capable for handling pedestrians, cyclists, families with a stroller or a pet. We're adding a multi-purpose trail along the north side of the road so that the folks that are walking along that sidewalk, that are pushing the strollers, can interact with the shops, with the business owners that we have there in the Rust Belt here in the Bend. So again, just showing you what that conceptually will look like. We're going to have McCarthy Improvement over here helping us out, starting that in just a couple of weeks. And it will be a pain. There will be detours. It will be one way going that way, headed toward Moline most of the year. Follow the signs, we'll get you there. We will have a website that explains everything as best we can. And we will continue to pump out communication, trying to make sure that you guys understand we're changing the route, but not the destination. Just some pictures here showing right at the Rust Belt. We're going to add a pedestrian node so that when we have a retaining wall and a trail that's going along there, people don't have to walk and hop off the top of that wall just to get down to the shops. There's a grade differential there. And so we're going to have a pedestrian node where they can get down both ADA and steps and add a place for transit right there on 12th Avenue. Just some new pedestrian crossings at the railroad tracks at 7th Street. You can see in the lower right side that we're putting in railroad crossings just for pedestrians. just for people with strollers, specifically for that type of crossing. And so it's a different crossing, it costs money, but the idea is to make people feel safe. We can't have people going back and forth across the railroad tracks. They won't feel like they can unless they feel safe. And so that's the goal. Finally, over here, just down over here to the Hyatt, we are planning to extend Ben Boulevard, which is right out in front of this roadway from the Hyatt over to 7th Street. And this was all a former Case IH factory site. And so this would represent the final piece in trying to get a road the rest of the way through that factory site. The city's been working very closely with the developers to try to see what development opportunities might happen along that corridor. And so if you want to build something, please feel free to talk to Mayor Freeman or Mark. But that is going to be a corridor that's primed for something, for development. So that will start at the end of this year, and we'll finish that in 2027. As Mayor Freeman said, as Mark said, we have had so much assistance from our federal and state officials. We cannot thank you enough. We could not do this project without this massive RAISE grant, without all the millions in support that we've gotten from state elected officials. And so we just thank you so much for all the help. It's just been a wonderful project, and we're happy to see it continuing on. So with that, and talking about funding, I'm going to turn things over to our Community Development Director, Tim Wimes, and let him tell you a little bit more about Business Improvement Grant.
Thank you, Tim. Like Tim Kamler said, my name is Tim Wimes. There's a lot of Tims in this room today, so don't get us confused. I would just like to piggyback off what Tim Kamler was mentioned about the development down in the Bend area. We work with a lot of partners for development projects. We work with Redeem. We work with Main Street to, get all businesses, notice and notoriety to do things, special events in the community. And like I said, I'll talk a little bit about the big grant. The big grant is a one-of-a-kind grant that the city, along with the mayor, city council, provided a in-house grant that's only offered to people located in the business district within the city of East Moline to do projects within their personal businesses. That big grant is a program that was funded through a big business development district with a 0.75 sales tax. That's how the funds are generated, to put those funds in the coffers to be able to do projects. Business owners can apply for that grant. It's a grant that's up to $50,000 to do all types of improvements, land acquisition, building renovations, interior, exterior, signage, awnings, facades. It's a good opportunity to go along with the RAISE grant, the state funding grants that we receive through the state, to be able to match what the city is putting into the city for the business owner to do the same thing in their businesses. Last year, we opened up the grant in 2025, September 1. We held that period open for 30 days. We felt like it wasn't a long enough time to offer that window, that time frame, so we extended for another 30 days. Last year, we received a total of 17 grant applications. Some were good, some didn't make the cut, but we're thankful that we got a large response from the business community. Like I said, some of those businesses are located in the downtown district. Respectability is one that is a recipient of the grant. Quad City Running Club is one. So we have several in the downtown area, which it also reaches out to the Avenue of the Cities. And, this is an excitement time for me and the city to be able to match the energy with the RAISE grant, and just to give something back to the community, give something to the business owners, say, hey, we are serious about our commitment and city council's commitment to make that effort so you guys can succeed. I would say this year, sometime early spring, late summer, we're going to make the announcement for reopening round 2. Hopefully there's 500,000 to go around for round 2, but the projects from the first round is going to start constructing this year. So we're looking forward to of the labor from that project. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mark Rothman, our city administrator. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim and Tim. To go along with the theme of development, I'm here to talk about how we're aligning our incentive packages for the business community so they can thrive and grow in our community. I'm going to direct, but first I'm going to direct your attention to the screen to talk about some of the things that we've developed here over the last year. Again, you'll see, where's Reggie at, right? He's up there again. Mary, you'll have to talk to Amy about those photos after this. But yes, we did open a new Casey's. It's been very highly successful, always busy, right there in the middle of the Quad Cities. We're really happy with that development. We have Enzo's, which has also been very busy right across from the Casey's. It's been packed, lines, very long lines with very popular products, if you get that joke. But we're very happy with Enzo's. We've got some other developments, Taquizas Los Jarochos, the Bakehouse, also new developments happening in the area, the downtown, in the Bend area. We've got some other commercial industrial development dealing with L&W Supply, Bagby Construction Contractor Suites, Bi-State Masonry, all good developments. The Greater Metropolitan Area Housing Authority has also done a lot of huge renovations to their facilities across the community as well, and some other renovations happening with residential properties. And we've got the last phase of the quarter in development now as well with new housing. We've got Habitat also building homes in our community. So we're hitting on all strides in different areas of development, from retail, residential, and other places. So whether it is small business development in our downtown, commercial retail on the Avenue of the Cities, industrial development in our industrial park, sports tourism at Jacobs Park with more tournaments, or residential housing, our city is primed for new growth and development. And in fact, we are aligning our economic development tools for maximum utilization by the development community, along with our business district that Tim talked about. We're looking to create a new TIF district stretching from the Avenue of the Cities to our industrial park, make amendments to our enterprise zone to align with our TIF district and business district boundaries, create a new river edge redevelopment zone that allows for a historic tax credit, pursue designation of the federal opportunity zone this year through the state of Illinois, establish a star bond district potentially at the QC Downs area that will attract a major regional commercial development, pursue and push infrastructure at the I-80 and 88 interchange for mixed use development of industrial and commercial development, and utilize a retail attraction expert and consultant to help bring nationally prominent retailers to the Bend, to the downtown, and the Avenue of the Cities. And again, as Tim talked about, partnering with those great entities that are in this room today, such as Redeem, East Moline Main Street, Grow Quad Cities, and Visit Quad Cities, our partners in growth. This alignment and layering of incentives makes East Moline one of the most competitive cities in the Quad City region for growth today, tomorrow, and in years to come. And with that, I'd like to now turn it back over to Mayor Freeman to talk about his two final points.
Thank you again, Mark. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something that may not always be visible, but is absolutely essential to our community. We're going to talk about infrastructure. Like many cities across America, our water and sewer systems are aging. These are systems that were built decades ago, and while they were served, even though they served us well, they now require significant investment to keep them safe, reliable, and compliant. The difference is when we're choosing to act now, we're not kicking it down the road for a future date. We are making the necessary investments today to protect our communities for tomorrow. Water and sewer investments. I know people have been calling left and right and they're asking, how come I got a $20 water bill increase? Because of what I just talked about is, in order for us to bring our community and keep our community thriving for the residents here and businesses, we have to invest in infrastructure. Water and sewer investments. Over the past year, the city has taken several important steps. We completely facilitate studies for both our water and wastewater treatment plants to identify what improvements are needed. In the next month, we are moving forward with replacing lead service lines, ensuring safer and fully compliant infrastructure for our residents, and we are beginning to design engineering work for major upgrades to both. Our wastewater treatment plant and the clear well at our water filtration plant. These are large, complex projects, but they are critical. In total, we are looking at approximately $100 million in capital improvements across those two systems over the next 10 years. And while these numbers are significant, the purpose is simple: to ensure that every resident buy access to safe, reliable, and substantial water service, not just today, but for generations to come. Moving on to parks and quality of life. We are also making major investments in something that directly impacts quality of life in our community, our parks. This year, we have budgeted nearly $1 million for park and playground improvements. That includes replacing an outdated equipment, improving accessibility, and enhancing space where families gather their children, play, and communities connect. Because of infrastructure isn't just pipes and plants, it's also places where people live their lives. And lastly, one of the areas we're taking a close look at is operating space. Quite simply, our current setup is not efficient as it needs to be. We have departments spread out. We have spaces that no longer match how modern governments operate. And we have opportunities to improve our teams work together. So we are evaluating ways to create more efficient, functional, and collaborative work environments. As part of that, we're also looking at needed improvements for City Hall itself. City Hall is a central part of how we serve the public, but it needs updates to better support both staff and residents. This indicates potential retrofit of building to improve functionality, accessibility, and long-term usability. We are also exploring options for relocating certain administrative functions to improve efficiency and service delivery. Because when our staff can work more effectively, our residents receive better service. Public safety investments. Another part of the city operations is ensuring that our public safety departments have the tools they need to do their jobs. This year, we're investing in new fire apparatus, including a new fire truck, which now, from years over the past, have reached the $1 million mark per truck, and possibly a Quint. These are not small purchases, but they are necessary investments. Because when our firefighters respond to an emergency, they need equipment that is reliable, modern, and ready to perform when it matters most. This is about protecting lives, protecting property, and supporting the people who serve our community every day. Finally, I would like to mention leadership. I want to recognize Fire Chief Robert DeFrance, sitting over here to my right and some of your left, who recently has announced his retirement with 27 years as Fire Chief. We are grateful for his service, and he will be missed. Small joke here. When I became chief, somewhere around 2004, and Chief DeFrance is already there, I remember one of the first Police and Fire Commission meetings he was at, and we're walking out, and he said, "Hey," and I go, "Yeah?" He goes, "How come you get everything you want when you ask for it?" I said, "Chief, you got to open your mouth." And those who know me know I open my mouth. So we are, again, really grateful for your services there, and we hope that in the future that you maintain your little fishing trips and you have fun in the years to come. In this place, I'm happy to announce that I've made the decision to appoint Battalion Chief Darren Armstrong as East Moline new fire chief. This appointment is contingent upon the City Council consent and approval on April 6th. Chief Armstrong will no doubt help lead the department into the next chapter. Again, let's give him a warm congratulations. Leadership matters. The right leaders bring vision, accountability, and a commitment to excellence. And that's exactly what we're looking for as we're ready to move forward within all divisions of the city of East Moline. In conclusion, last man I want to see, I want to express my deepest gratitude today. Your dedication to this East Moline progress is what makes our city great. The momentum we built over the last 9 years will continue into 2026 and beyond. Whether it's downtown, Watertown, or uptown, revitalization, economic development, infrastructure improvements, or fiscal responsibility, East Moline is in a great place. East Moline is doing well. Once again, thank you for your support, dedication, and commitment to our beloved city. Have a great day.